Hello from Trondheim, Norway. In the district of, please excuse my pronunciation, which might be a bit odd, Sør-Trøndelag. What's a host without an actual practitioner of sports? This time, it's Colin Phillips, and we're very proud to have him here with us today.
Seeing all that bustle around, I'd really like to go up there and jump myself. But this time I'll leave it to the other skiers.
Today is the first competition in the Junior League's European Cup, so let's have a look at the youngsters. For the top skiers, qualification is just a sort of practice. Let's see which 50 skiers have... At the beginning, the posture was much more important in ski jumping than the distance.
No wonder. If you look at old pictures, the skiers are as straight as a ramrod, and they thrash their arms around like mad. You wouldn't call this aesthetic.
Today, he's consolidated his performance with another good jump.
Yeah, excellent.
I think... What would you tell someone to convince him about the sport?
Well, that's a difficult one. I'd say that ski jumping is not a sport, it's an art, a philosophy even, a religion.
That's laying it on a bit thick, isn't it?
Well, just make a jump yourself, 200 metres down the valley. I'm going to change your mind, Mark.
Let's... So... Hello from the Swedish town of Fall. Today I have Colin Phillips at my side, who will give us first-hand information about ski jumping. Hi there, Colin.
Hello, Mark. I'm happy to be here too. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
The Nordic youngsters start their first ski jumping competition today. We'll soon know the names to watch out for in the future.
Oh, yes, we will.
Well, there was no improvement to be seen today, nor was there any deterioration. So this was the first... He's very, very close to the top skiers in the world. Actually, he's already one of them. If he can keep up this performance, he's a real threat to the leaders.
Yeah, excellent season for him, absolutely.
That's all the distance he's capable of today, so he has to be satisfied with it.
What else could he do?
Let's have a look at... In the last few minutes, the wind has risen. Might be dangerous for the skiers.
Yeah, you're right there, Mark. Not everyone is used to that.
He did well to master the most difficult phase in ski jumping, the takeoff. This might make for a very good jump. Well, the score is just a little above average, but it's hard work to get there too. For him, it was a good day, I think.
Well, I agree with you, Mark. He's shown what he's capable of at the moment, and that's not too bad at all.
Let's have a look at the overall ranking after this fascinating competition. We're on the northern faith of Mount Antola. I have a special guest today, Colin Phillips. Would you mind me saying that it's a stroke of luck, in a certain way, that you're not participating in the competition today?
No, I take it as a compliment. Next time I'll be competing again, that's for sure.
We all hope that, and we keep our fingers crossed for you. Again, the youngsters get their chance to show the pros who they will have to face in the near future in their fight for the first ranks. Let's Now there's a skier from the young German team.
I can't wait to see if he can reach the top distances.
Very nice takeoff. Nothing to criticize, am I right, Colin?
Oh, yeah, Mark. He made the takeoff at the right moment, a bit earlier or a bit later, and he might have failed, but not today. That was great stuff.
Excellent. The reap. Wow, that. Great hum and buzz with the beautiful weather today. Ready for the soaring flight of the bumblebees.
I don't quite get it.
Improves from competition to competition and from jump to jump. Let's see how far up he could get in the ranking.
He should go way up, Mark, I think.
Thanks. Let's enjoy the view for a moment. I'm sure that not only fans of the British team will be happy to hear that my co-commentator today is Colin Phillips.
It's a very different experience watching the others jump for once. Maybe I'll take over your job soon, Mark.
The youngsters start again in the European Cup. In the qualification round, we can take it nice and easy. There are 72 skiers at the start, and the best 50 will qualify, well within his capabilities. Let's have a... The fog shouldn't annoy the skiers, as visibility is still relatively good. That was a perfect takeoff.
Absolutely, Mark. To find the precise point for takeoff and then lift up powerfully, that's an art, and he's got a complete command of it, no doubt about that.
Now, I think we've seen... It's raining cats and dogs now. You can't see your hand in front of your face.
Oh, that's every skier's nightmare up there.
And it's pretty dangerous too.
Yeah.
Let's have... These... Hello from the capital of Norway. Today I have expert help by my side, the famous ski jumper Colin Phillips from England, who unfortunately is not participating in the tournament himself.
At least I can support my home country in this way.
The Nordic youngsters are ready to show their mettle on the jump. You see, ladies and gentlemen, a good jump is awarded with a good distance. This certainly wasn't a top performance yet, but he has the potential for improvement.
He certainly has.
Now we... In Oslo, the capital of Norway, is the oldest, if not most famous, ski jump in the world. It was built back in 1892. Its tower is 60 meters high and is the national symbol of Norway. Perfect. You couldn't do better. But such an excellent performance had to be awarded with the appropriate score. I really don't know how he could improve on it.
Be careful, Mark. In ski jumping, everything is possible.
If you say it. The skiers will have to adjust to a strong crosswind today. I hope they will make the best of the circumstances.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
A sigh of relief from his coach. A problem-free landing that should convince the judges. The score must be good. Otherwise, I'd be astonished.
Yeah, so would I.
Thanks to... Here's the final ranking for you, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're at the Gjested Mount. Colin Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the big names in British ski jumping. It's a great pleasure for me to have him here today. How are you doing, Colin?
I'm fine, Mark. It's a great pleasure to me, my friends. Thank you very much for the invitation, and hello, everybody.
In this so-called Flower Cup, we can have a look at the best amateurs of the season. Successful competitors are sure to have a great career ahead of them. I don't want to exaggerate, but this score is close to a sensation. He exceeds all expectations.
Yeah, fantastic. Sensational.
Let's have a... For all those who are not yet experts in ski jumping, I'd like to explain the point about hill size again. In the early days, the ski jumps were giving a so-called K point, which means critical or calculation point. But as this point doesn't tell much about the actual size of the ski jump, the term hill size was introduced in 2004. But the distance points are still calculated in comparison to the K points.
Wow, I could listen to you for hours, Mark.
Thank you, Colin.
You're welcome.
Let's have... So, this is the result of the Gjested Mountain is 1,012 meters high and the town symbol. By the way, you can use a local tram to go almost all the way up to the pits. For a second, I was afraid he would flunk the takeoff, but he did it quite well.
But you can do better.
Of course you can, Colin. It wasn't perfect, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
The replay. Zakopane lies in the heart of a beautiful... I have Colin Phillips with me, an institution in British ski jumping, if I may say so.
Well, let's not exaggerate.
Credit where credit is due, sir.
I would have liked to start myself, but it wasn't meant to be.
Next round in the Flower Cup. And again, the youngsters are preparing to make a great leap into the professional world.
Oh, yes, I once started there too. That's pretty exciting for a young athlete, you know? Mm-hmm.
I think... He's one of the outstanding jumpers this season, and he's rightly at the top. His form peaks at the right moment. Many of his colleagues could still learn from him. He's a pro, absolutely concentrated in training and competition. The winning type. The good flight is only of use to him if the judges appreciate it too, and that's what they do. A good performance, justly judged.
Okay, I fully agree with that, Mark.
By the way, it was in the United States that the first ski jump with an elevated jump table was built back in 1912. But not in Park City. It was in Steamboat Springs. And the man responsible for it was, of course,
American?
no, a Norwegian, of course. His name was Carl Hovelson.
Ah, good old Carl.
Let's take... Ladies and gentlemen... Hello and welcome to our ski jump. Today I have Colin Phillips at my side, who will give us first-hand information about ski jumping. Hi there, Colin.
Hello, Mark. Seeing all that bustle around, I'd really like to go up there and jump myself. But this time I'll leave it to the other skiers.
The amateurs fight it out here at the Flying Cup's final today. How do you rate today's competition, Colin?
Well, we've seen some surprisingly good performances, Mark. So I'm sure we'll get our money's worth again today.
Qualification can be tricky. A number of favorites have tripped up here by taking too great a risk. But really, it should be straightforward. The best 50 skiers out of 72 qualify. If it goes on like this, we'll all get snowed up. I wonder what the skiers are thinking. In any case, the weather conditions are anything but perfect. You know what? I really prefer this type of skier. He's never satisfied with what he's attained, but he always tries to get a little better.
Yeah, that's true, Mark. He gets better with every competition. He almost scares me a little. Just...
You talked about the jump as a filigree system, Colin. What role does the material play?
Well, naturally, it's absolutely crucial. For example, if your angle of attack isn't perfect, or even the wax mixture, that can spoil the whole season.
suppose. Let's have a look at the overall ranking after this fascinating competition.
Yes.
The winners' fans are cheering, but the skiers are... Hello from Oberstdorf. Today I have expert help by my side, the famous ski jumper Colin Phillips from England, who unfortunately is not participating in the tournament himself.
I would have liked to start myself, but it wasn't meant to be.
A further day of competition for the Nordic youngsters. The young athletes will again attempt to use the jumps to make strides towards a great career. Let's have a look. Can I risk another little pun?
No, no, and no again?
You may have a humorous and funny bone, but what about a sense of humor?
Oh my god, any more of that? I'm out of here. I've had it.
Well, the distance is pretty okay, but if he wants to play in the top group, he'll have to practice a lot, yeah. At least if you take this jump as typical.
Yeah, if you can.
He's the winning type. He's rightly at the top of the ranking. While others are unsettled by bad conditions such as lack of wind or poor visibility, he just goes for it and makes incredible distances. That's a pretty good score for him. I think I would have judged his fight similarly. He didn't make any mistakes, and that's what the judges thought as well.
Yeah, I think they did it right there.
These are the results of... We welcome you to the ski jumping in... Colin Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the big names in British ski jumping. It's a great pleasure for me to have him here today. How are you doing, Colin?
I'm fine, Mark. Next time I'll be competing again, that's for sure.
We all hope that, and we keep our fingers crossed for you. This is another junior competition.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'm really looking forward to this.
Now, that looked like a decent ride. You can do better, but at least there was no danger of fall or anything. I suppose that's okay for him.
Yeah, he'll like that one, I think.
So this is the result of the qualification round. Tell us your recipe for success, Colin.
Well, if you ask me, a jump is an extraordinary filigree system. The slightest imprecision and you're out. So the thing is to avoid any mistakes.
Okay, and how do you do that?
Well, first, it has to become automatic. That means practice, practice, practice. Secondly, you need concentration. That means mental strength. That's the crucial point, in fact.
The field of skiers is on a decrease. Engelberg is a paradise for off-piste and cross-country skiers.
That's a bit risky, though.
Unfortunately, it is, because people don't always respect the safety instructions.
No, that's the problem.
Colin, have you ever seen a takeoff as perfect as this one?
Rarely. Very rarely. I have to admit it. He did a great job up there.
His performance today is not a surprise. It's neither better nor worse than the last time. He's just plugging along on the same level.
Chugging, even.
I think... Here's the final... The fans here in Villingen are... I have Colin Phillips with me, an institution in British ski jumping, if I may say so.
Well, let's not exaggerate.
Credit where credit is due, sir.
At least I can support my home country in this way.
On we go with the Junior League's European Cup. The most important thing in qualification is to make a secure landing, as 50 out of 72 skiers will qualify for the next round.
I got stuck in the qualification round once. It was so frustrating.
Was it?
Oh, horrible.
At the Ethelberg in Villingen, there's an annual mountain bike competition. Would you like to take part in that, Colin?
No, but my eldest son, he bikes morning, noon and night.
Really?
Yeah.
At first, ski jumping was a sport for amateurs. Commercialization only started in the 70s. From then on, the competitions were shown on TV so that people all over the world could watch them. It was about the same period that the number of professional jumpers increased significantly. So this is an old... This is where the Four Hill tournament opens every year, and so you know where we are. I'm sure that not only fans of the British team will be happy to hear that my co-commentator today is Colin Phillips.
It's a very different experience watching the others jump for once. Maybe I'll take over your job soon, Mark.
I'm looking forward to watching the Nordic youngster today.
Oh, you know what they say, without new blood, any sport is doomed to die, Mark.
That's pretty true, Colin. The most important thing in qualification is to make a secure landing, as 50 out of 72 skiers will qualify for the next round.
I got stuck in the qualification round once. That was so...
Let's hope that the slight crosswind won't put the skiers off. You can see an upward trend in his performance, and I don't think there's one rival who still underestimates him.
You're right, Mark. But he hasn't beaten me yet.
Nope. I think this... And now a German skier. I'm sure it's not only his coach he wants to impress.
Mark, what about Sven Hannavard? I haven't seen him around in a while.
Oh, he'll reappear on the scene, I'm sure. A textbook telemark. Everything was correct, from timing to parallel ski position. The spectators are enthusiastic, and rightly so. I think he can be sure to earn a great deal of praise from his coach.
Well, he should do.
Let's have a look at the overall ranking after this fascinating competition.
Yes.
Hello from the Upper Inntal. I have a special guest today, Colin Phillips. Would you mind me saying...
It's a great pleasure to me, my friends. Thank you very much for the invitation. Hello, everybody.
This is another junior competition.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'm really looking forward to this.
Look at this. A very nice takeoff. Maybe he didn't exactly find the best point, but this is worthy of a good distance.
Yes, absolutely. That's for sure.
Let's The pressure is enormous. But if he doesn't get a rank at the very top, his dream of victory this season is as good as over. He seems strained, tired, and done for these days.
But when he sees the public, he'll put everything he has into it. I still think he's capable of a good performance, Mark.
Thanks to... Ladies and gentlemen, here are the final... We're about 1 hour away from Helsinki. What's a host without an actual practitioner of...
I'm happy to be here too. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, the youngsters get their chance to show the pros who they will have to face in the near future in their fight for the first ranks. Yes, that was good. He found the right point for takeoff and did it properly. All that's required for a long flight. Considering his abilities, that was a reasonable performance. Good work.
Good work.
We separate. As the weather conditions are always an uncontrollable variable in ski jumping, experts are considering roofing over the in-run with a perspex tube. What do you think of that, Colin?
Oh no. The open sky, the fresh air. I'd miss it all too much. Here's the final ranking for you, ladies and gentlemen. After a thrilling... For you, ladies and gentlemen, we made it. I have Colin Phillips with me, an institution in British ski. At least I can support my home country in this way.
The Nordic youngsters are ready to show their mettle on the jump. His takeoff training seems to have paid off. No problems on the jump takeoff. Not too early, not too late. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was great.
Let's have a look. The wind is almost perfect, isn't it, Colin?
Well, yes, that slight upwind might help gain some meters. A couple of meters, maybe.
That's his score to electrify the whole competition. I'm sure his rivals are awestruck now. This performance with this score, it will be hard to top.
Yeah, that was top notch.
Now we... It's like a gale force wind blowing. Hello and welcome to Japan. The skiers are stopping over in Hakuba. Today I have Colin Phillips at my side, who will give us first-hand information about ski jumping. Hi there, Colin.
Hello, Mark. I would have liked to start myself, but it wasn't meant to be.
I'm looking forward to watching the Nordic youngster today.
Oh, you know what they say, without new blood, any sport is doomed to die, Mark.
That's pretty true, Colin. Great jump, great score. Today everything worked out for him, and the judges understood that his performance was outstanding today. In consequence, he gets an excellent score.
Yeah, he really deserves that.
This is a crunch day for him today. His recent performances have been unconvincing.
Yeah, to say the least.
So mini crisis or no mini crisis, it's time for him to pull himself together. Otherwise, he won't end up with a place on the victory roster. Well, there was no improvement to be seen today, nor was there any deterioration. I suppose. Today, we're on the shores of the river. Colin Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the big names in...
Next time I'll be competing again, that's for sure.
We all hope that, and we keep our fingers crossed for you. This is the final competition of the Junior League's European Cup. Those at the top must keep their cool. Those down the list can risk it all.
This looks like being really exciting stuff, this.
The replay will... We separate the... In for a penny, in for a pound, they must have thought when they were building the Olympic ski jumps for Turin. So 2 big hills were built along with 3 small ones in order to create a ski jumping school. That's good for the youngsters, Colin.
Yeah, but will they get enough kids from around about? There are only 500 people living in Copenhagen.
Let's have a look. Here's the final ranking for you, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are in Courchevel. What's a host without an actual practitioner?
It's a great pleasure to me, my friends. Thank you very much for the invitation, and hello, everybody.
A further day of competition for the Nordic youngsters. The young athletes will again attempt to use their jumps to make strides towards a great career. That was an okay landing there. I've seen many a jumper who would have been happy to end their flight like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And of course, there's always one or two things you can improve. That goes without saying. I think recently, he seems to be so tense. He's simply unable to keep cool enough to turn in top performances. Maybe he thought he could simply pull good distances out of the hat, but it didn't work out. Today he's consolidated his performance with another good jump.
Excellent.
Thanks to... Let's have a look at the overall... There's a lot of sightseeing to do in Innsbruck, but let's keep that for another day. I have a special guest today. Calling...
It's a very...
The star is the team, as people say. If the ski jumps were really roofed over, as certain experts are proposing, competitions would no longer be cancelled because of bad weather conditions.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it would be an enormous investment for the operators. And I think it would be harmful to the atmosphere. Make them have coats down in the tunnel? No, thank you.
Ah, that's annoying. If he had paid better attention during the flight, he could have got an excellent result. But this is not enough.
Well, that's something you cannot do well in training. Nowadays, the right posture is even calculated.
Now there's a skier from the young German team.
I can't wait to see if he can reach the top distances.
Looks good in takeoff today. It could be a little more explosive and more powerful, but this is really an okay performance. You can live with that.
Yeah, you should be pretty pleased.
Let's take the... So, this is an overview of the final ranking, ladies and gentlemen. Hello to everyone from the... I'm sure they're not only fans of the British team.
I'm happy to be...
On we go with the Team Cup. There's a thick fog over the ski jump. I suppose you're not sad that you're not starting today, are you, Colin?
No, Mark, you say that again. It's no fun skiing in such conditions, you know.
Well, that obviously was the jump of a scaredy cat. I think I need to say things clearly in this case.
Scaredy cat?
Scaredy cat.
Oh, no, Mark.
A coward.
No, he's not a coward. I know him pretty well. The jump simply didn't work out. But he can improve on it, that's for sure.
Let's have a The atmospheric conditions could hardly be worse.
No, it's more or less a lottery.
Colin, what's your comment on this thing?
Good answer. The transition from the crouch to the stretch position is one of the most important, maybe the most important moment in the ski jump.
Yeah.
He might go far. Let's just watch his flight.
Let's have a... Ladies and gentlemen, here are the... We say hello to you from Carinthia. Today I have expert help by my side, the famous ski jumper Colin Phillips from England, who unfortunately is not participating in the tournament himself.
Seeing all that bustle around, I'd really like to go out there and jump myself. But this time I'll leave it to the other skiers.
There's an immense pressure on the Nordic youngsters today, as this is the last competition and it will show us who might be able to become a pro and who's not. Would you have thought that he's good enough already for such a performance, Colin?
No, actually not, Mark. But in ski jumping, there's always a bit of good luck that might add to your abilities. And that's what he had today.
Yeah. Let's have... There are many beautiful churches in Villa. That's worth seeing.
Oh, yeah. As a ski jumper, you should be on good terms with up there.
Yeah, you should. Now, these are the results of today's competition, ladies and gentlemen. The three winners. No, we're on... Today we welcome you from a town. I have a special...
At least I can support my home country.
It must be very special competing for your team.
Well, you know, a good sportsman always puts his team first.
If he had concentrated a bit more during the flight, and if he had jumped a little farther, well, then he might have gotten a better score. But if doesn't help him here. The score is appropriate. Basta.
I heard that even private individuals could jump here for, shall we say, a small fee from a small jump. But still.
No, thanks. I like my job very much, and I would like to be able to carry on with it for a few more years. His last performances were better than this, and he fairly wowed his fans. Today they had no chance to get fired up.
In fact, it looks like they're going to sleep.
We say hello to you from the Finnish sporting town of Lahti.
Yes, hello.
Today I have
Next time I'll be competing again, that's for sure.
We all hope that, and today the team... What's going on down there? I can't see anything!
Listen, I'll go and have a look. You won't believe me!
What's up?
A cow wandered onto the ice skating rink.
That's unbelievable! Is it true? What is the right point to land properly and safely? That's the chapter in the textbook he maybe should work through again. The time you just didn't work out at all.
Yeah, that's a pity, because the rest of the jump was really useful.
There aren't many rivals left for him. It's amazing. His performance, and at that age, his distances are virtually always around the Cape Point, or even further.
Yes, I'll take my hat off to you. Great stuff.
A good distance there. He leaves some opponents behind him with that performance. So this is an overview of